Continuing from verse 30, where Paul exposes the vile characteristics of those given over to a reprobate mind, we move into verse 31. Undiscerning, untrustworthy, unloving, unforgiving, unmerciful. These descriptors further highlight the moral and spiritual bankruptcy of those who have rejected God. Undiscerning refers to a lack of moral and spiritual perception. Those who are undiscerning cannot differentiate between right and wrong, truth and falsehood. This condition is a direct consequence of rejecting the wisdom and knowledge of God. As stated in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." Without the foundation of God's truth, their understanding is darkened, and they are left groping in moral blindness. Untrustworthy denotes a lack of fidelity and reliability. These individuals cannot be relied upon to keep their word or fulfill their commitments. This is a breach of basic ethical conduct and a violation of God's command in Psalm chapter 15, verse 4, where the righteous man swears to his own hurt and does not change. The lack of trustworthiness erodes the fabric of relationships and society, leading to chaos and instability. Unloving describes a heart devoid of natural affection. This is particularly alarming as it signifies a fundamental breakdown in human relationships. The term used here can also be understood as without natural affection, referring to the breakdown of familial and social bonds that are inherent in human nature. This is a direct affront to the command to love one another, as Jesus stated in John chapter 13, verse 34, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, as I have loved you, that you also love one another." Unforgiving indicates an unwillingness to pardon offenses, holding grudges, and nurturing resentment. This unforgiving spirit is condemned in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32, "And be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ forgave you." An unforgiving heart is a sign of spiritual decay and a refusal to emulate the grace and mercy that God has extended to us through Christ. Unmerciful is the final indictment in this verse, revealing a complete absence of compassion and pity. Those who are unmerciful are hardened to the suffering of others, showing no empathy or kindness. This is condemned in James chapter 2, verse 13. "For judgment is without mercy to the one who has shown no mercy. Mercy triumphs over judgment." The absence of mercy signifies a heart that is far removed from the nature of God, who is rich in mercy. Verse 31 paints a bleak picture of humanity's fallen state. These attributes are the antithesis of the character of God and demonstrate the depths of depravity that result from rejecting Him. The comprehensive nature of this list underscores the total corruption of those who have turned away from God. It is a call to recognize the seriousness of sin and the urgent need for the redemptive power of Jesus Christ. There is no room for compromise or dilution of this truth. The gospel is the only remedy for such profound moral and spiritual decay, and it must be proclaimed boldly and unapologetically.